Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the inaugural 2024 NFL Combine Speed Chess mock draft situation. Danny,
Yeah.
best of luck.
Let's do this.
Call it in the air.
Heads.
And it's heads. You'll go first.
Yes. All right, here we go. You have to hit my button. There we go. With the first pick, I'm picking Caleb Williams. He's the best quarterback. Done.
With the second pick, I'm picking for the Washington Commanders. I'm taking Drake May, quarterback at UNC. He's the second best quarterback. Done.
All right, number 3, New England Patriots. I am going to go with Jaden Daniels. I think that they're just never going to be this high, or not for a while, this high in the draft. This is a great opportunity for them to restart at the quarterback position. Jaden Daniels, great deep ball, very athletic, can add to the run game with his legs. Love that pick.
Wasting a lot of time on pick 3 there, DK. Pick 4, Arizona Cardinals. I'm taking Marvin Harrison Jr., wide receiver to Ohio State. He's the best non-quarterback in the draft, and they're the first team that doesn't need one.
All right, Los Angeles Chargers with number 5. I'm going to go with Joe Alt, Notre Dame offensive tackle. Just build that offensive line, get help around the quarterback, the run game, everything. Jim Harbaugh loves it. Go.
The New York Giants at 6. I am taking wide receiver Roma Dunze out of Washington. He's my preferred wide receiver, too. I like him over Malik Neighbors. I think he's AA- in every single trait. I think he's a 10-year starter. I think he's a 1,200-yard receiver every single season. I think he's a consummate professional. Step in week 1 and be the wide receiver 1.
All right, number 7, Tennessee Titans. I'm going to go with Olu Fashanu from Penn State. Offensive tackle, just pair him up with Peter Skoronski. Again, building that offensive line. They're going to help out their quarterback. They're going to help out their offense.
The Atlanta Falcons at 8. I like this as the J.J. McCarthy team. I think that Zach Robinson, who's the new OC there from the Rams, is going to like McCarthy's youth and his coachability. I think McCarthy can be a Brock Purdy style of quarterback, create a little bit, but largely be like the point guard for an offense. And I think that his skill set fits this offense nicely. You're on the clock.
All right, Chicago Bears. Speed, baby. Malik Neighbors. Love this. Pair him with DJ Moore. It's going to be awesome for Caleb Williams. Just love this pick.
The New York Jets at 10. I'm taking offensive tackle Talise Fuaga out of Oregon State. He's a mauler in the running game. They can be a dominant right tackle for multiple years. They very clearly need bookend help. Aaron Rodgers is like 59 or something, and he's coming off an Achilles injury. You have to be able to protect him better than they've been doing. Need tackle help. Talise Fuaga, great tackle.
All right, boom. 11, Minnesota Vikings. Man, I don't even know what to do here. I'm just going to give him the best corner in the draft. That's Terrion Arnold.
That's Quinion Mitchell.
Well, they're both very good. I'm going with Terrion Arnold here. The Vikings obviously take a lot of corners in the draft. Maybe it doesn't always work out, but I think he's a very good player.
The Spielman era, back to the good old days.
Start there. This is great for their defense. Boom.
12, Denver Broncos. A lot of help needed at a lot of different spots. Best player on the board for me is probably J.C. Latham, the offensive tackle out of Alabama. I think he can also play on the interior if they need him to. They're okay at tackle right now. They gave the big McGlinchey contract. Latham can maybe be a guy to replace him as he is a little bit too expensive. Play guard early on. I think that you shore up the offensive line for whatever quarterback you've got in that position.
All right, shoot. We got the Oakland Raiders. Sorry, the Las Vegas Raiders.
What year is this? Vikings drafting corners. Raiders are in Oakland.
Oh, man. They could do a lot of things here. I am going to – shoot. This is a tough one.
Raiders are really hard.
Raiders. I'm going to just give them Amari Simmons, Georgia, offensive tackle.
Ooh.
I think he's so good. His ceiling is so incredibly high. Get him on the offensive line. Get him developed. It's going to be a good foundation for whatever happens at quarterback down the line. We don't know exactly what that's going to be, but it's a foundational type player. They can develop him there.
They have 5 tackles we have in the first 13 picks. With the 14th pick, the New Orleans Saints are on the board. I am giving them edge rusher Jared Verse out of Florida State. I think they usually like big eds. They like eds that have heavy hands. I think that is Verse's play style. They just restructured Cameron Jordan, and Jordan's a great guy, and he's had a long, excellent career, but he really was not playing to the caliber they wanted him to last season. I think they need to replenish edge depth. I think Verse is the sort of player that works for them.
I like this one. I like this pick even more. I'm going with the Colts at number 15, Quinion Mitchell, cornerback out of Toledo. Big, fast, strong, playmaker. He can play pretty much in any scheme, any coverage. I love this pick for the Colts. Boom.
At 16, the Seattle Seahawks are getting for me tight end Brock Bowers out of Georgia. Yeah, they've had this rotation. They've had Noah Fan. They've had Colby Parkinson, Will Disley, guys who can make a single catch in a game. But I think Bowers allows you to say, okay, our next era of pass catchers here is going to be defined by JSN, by Brock Bowers. We're going to have DK for a long time. Locke is getting a little long in the tooth.
Yeah.
We're going to surround Geno with the weapons successful for that a quarterback like him needs to be successful.
All right, Jacksonville Jaguars. Again, you can go in a number of directions here. I kind of like Byron Murphy, the defensive tackle out of Texan for them.
Good player.
I think they're going to end up keeping Josh Allen, the edge rusher, somehow in free agency, whether that's franchise tag or what. But they can really build on the defensive line here. They have a ton of pass rush potential with those two guys. Love this pick.
All right, I am taking for the Cincinnati Bengals at 18, edge rusher Leatu Latu. I think that Latu's going to be a weird guy to place because medicals might make him fall, but the Bengals needed a better pass rusher opposite Trey Hendrickson this year. They have Sam Hubbard, who's a homegrown guy, and he had a bad injury, and they're hoping he can bounce back, but Joseph Osai hasn't been the young player they wanted him to be. Latu can be that edge rusher off the other side to really maximize Hendrickson. Dynamic duo.
All right, here we go.
You're
I
fading.
got the Los Angeles
You're
Rams.
Fading. You're slow.
I'm
You're faltering.
struggling with these, man. Okay, we got the Rams. I'm going to go with a corner here. Cooper DeJean out of Iowa. Just a versatile player, extremely athletic. You know, he can potentially line up at multiple spots in the secondary. I think he can play corner in the NFL.
Jackson Powers-Johnson out of Oregon as a center. He's my pick at 20 for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who just cut their center, Mason Cole. And they very clearly want some changes on the offensive line. They want to have a new approach there. It's going to be a new offensive system, a new quarterback. So go ahead and secure your pivot, right? Future of the offensive line there. Replace Cole, who they just moved on from. Jackson Powers-Johnson is the best center in the draft without question.
All right, for the Dolphins, I am going with edge Chop Robinson. Extremely explosive. Gives them a little bit of a speed element. He can move around the defense. Boom.
Philadelphia Eagles at 22, desperately need a new corner 2 opposite Darius Slay. James Barber's getting a little long in the tooth. I'm personally taking Nate Wiggins out of Clemson, and they tend to like long, height, weight, speed guys, like the elite athletes. It's certainly what Nate Wiggins is, so he fits their mold.
All right, here we go. Texans, I want more weaponry on offense. I'm going Keon Coleman out of Florida State.
There he is.
Just give him the speed. He's a big, powerful guy.
Dallas Cowboys at 24, Jerzon Johnny Newton, the defensive tackle at Illinois. Every time he makes it to the Cowboys, I place him there. Cowboys love penetration players on the interior. They have the ability to win in a rush with 4. That's what Newton does extremely well. And they took Mozzie Smith last year in the first round, defensive tackle. He was more of a space gobbler for them. Newton's actually a weirdly good run defender, despite kind of being more of a one-gap player.
All right, Packers, I'm going with Troy Fontenot, offensive guard, offensive tackle out of Washington. Just gives them the versatility on the offensive line to finish, building that offensive line, get some protection up front, long term. Love that.
26, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm taking edge rusher Dallas Turner. This is a big fall for Dallas Turner, but it's excellent for Tampa. They just cut Shaq Barrett. Joe Tryon-Shinko was a first rounder for them. Was supposed to develop. He never really did. They desperately need pass rush help. Turner is, I think, maybe the best pure pass rusher in this draft.
All right, Arizona Cardinals. I'm going with cornerback Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Yeah, the Bama boys.
Big, fast, playmaker for them. They need help in the secondary. They have a ton of picks. Just continue to build their defense. Boom.
Buffalo Bills at 28, wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. LSU is still on the board with Josh Allen's arm, that speed, that deep ball ability. They lost Gabriel Davis in free agency this year. They want him to be that field stretcher, that downfield threat. Thomas is, I think, a nice big body for them. He's a perfect fit with Josh Allen, dude. That's such a good pick.
Okay. Detroit Lions at number 29. I think the perfect pick is Darius Robinson, defensive end out of Missouri.
Yeah, they're excited.
Strong, versatile. He can play inside, play outside. It just feels like a Dan what's his last name? Dan Campbell pick.
All right. At 30, the Baltimore Ravens, I like offensive tackle Kingsley Suamataia out of BYU. He's my favorite developmental guy in the class. They had Ronnie Stanley at left tackle this year in a rotation. He's banged up. He's injured. Suamataia's he's Penei Sewell's cousin. He's got great measurables, great explosiveness. A little rough around the edges, but they'll bring him along. Suamataia to the Ravens.
All right, San Francisco 49ers. Oh, man. I am going to go
last
with.
Pick.
Dang. I'm going to give him a corner. Kamari Lassiter, Georgia. Defense.
That's a shit. You can't do that. It's against the rules. 32 Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to give them wide receiver Ladd McConkey out of Georgia. He's reliable. He separates. He catches everything. He doesn't drop anything. He'll be friendly with Patrick Mahomes. We did it, dude. We're fine. Woo.
How much time we got? Whoa.
I have
you were hanging on by a thread.
Oh, I accidentally stopped it for you. You have, dude, I have 40 seconds left. Thank you for watching the Speed Chase Mock Draft. Subscribe to our NFL YouTube.